Welcome everybody. Welcome to the voice and visuals of Amber. Well, this time it is Language in Action 17. Today we are going to deal with some common errors. Yes, we here in India, we often make mistakes with regard to the use of prepositions. First of all, when to use them or when not to use them. So these are some of the errors that we commonly make, and we have to try and avoid them. Let's see. Sentence number 1. We shall discuss about the issues raised by you in your letter. Now, this preposition about is redundant over here. It is not needed. And how often we hear people saying, well, I'm going to discuss about it. Let's discuss about it. No, let's discuss it. So the correct sentence would be, we shall discuss the issues raised by you in your letter. Sentence number 2. Anita wants to marry with a friend of her brother. Well, if somebody wants to marry, then somebody wants to marry somebody. Okay? So a person wants to marry another person. You don't marry with somebody. So the correct sentence would be, Anita wants to marry a friend of her brother. And then of course, if we use get, that is the verb get and married the past participle, okay, so then I think she'll get married. She will get married to somebody or to a friend of her brother. I think Anita will get married to a friend of her brother. And then of course, when we use the noun marriage, then that can be followed by the preposition with. Her marriage with him will hopefully be a grand success. So, her marriage with him. Number 3. And this is a very common error, and I've heard this error being made, well, by me. Okay, I've made it myself a number of times, and I've heard it, commentators doing it, sports commentators making this mistake. The phrasal verb cope with. We don't have to use an extra preposition over here, cope up with. No, that is incorrect. So our batsmen were not able to cope with the reverse swing bowling of the opponents. Our batsmen were not able to cope with and not cope up with. Up is redundant, unnecessary and incorrect over here. So the children are finding it quite easy to cope with the online classes, especially the senior children. The very small children will find it a bit tough to cope with the online classes being conducted by their teachers. Okay? So you cope with, you don't cope up with. So our batsmen were not able to cope with the reverse swing bowling of the opponents. Let's move on to the next sentence. Sheena resembles to her mother. Yes, I've seen a number of people using to after resembles. No, we resemble somebody. We look like somebody. We take after someone. We resemble somebody. So Sheena resembles her mother. And then when we ask the time, okay, at what time will the train from Delhi arrive. So this is redundant. What time? So what time will the train from Delhi arrive? What time of the day it is? Or what time of the day is it? Yeah, that's better. So what time? Alright. So what time is the train from Delhi going to arrive, alright, at Ghaziabad? And the sixth one, lacks. So we are very tempted to use, even when we use this as a third person singular verb, he lacks. So because we have to say somebody is lacking in something, okay, so we make the mistake over here as well. No, he lacks diplomacy. He lacks courtesy and etiquette. So he is lacking in courtesy and etiquette. So he is lacking in. Alright, so that is therefore the passive form. So there we use in. He lacks in diplomacy. He lacks in finesse. Alright, so he lacks diplomacy. So that is important. So we don't have to use any preposition after lacks. Well, he is very talented, but he is lacking in experience. He lacks experience. He is lacking in experience. So these were a few of the errors I wanted, to draw your attention to, and I'm sure you'll keep this in mind whenever you speak in English or write in English. So let's keep this particular session very short and very sweet. I'm very thankful to all of you who actually support me, and even though Language in Action number 17, the 17th video, came after a bit of a gap, yes, you have actually subscribed to my video. You have subscribed to my YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Thanks to each one of the 1,320 subscribers to keep faith in the voice and visuals of Amber, which just tries to enhance, to give us, ourselves reminders of certain language usage and certain nuances of the language. So that's all from the voice and visuals of Amber for this time, and I'll see you very soon. This time with grammar. Remember what we have to do. We have to do direct and indirect speech of questions, that is interrogative sentences. So that will be the next. Okay, so bye bye, take care, stay safe, practice social distancing, practice the 2-foot rule, and keep yourself very safe. Exercise self-control and self-restraint. God bless, take care, do the best that you can. Bye-bye.